Wildlife is precious. You're working for things that will never say thank you. You're working for things that may not even understand that you're working for them. But we do it anyway because of what drives us. As far back as I can remember, it's basically been a love that I've had for wildlife. When I was 10 years old, my dad took me to get an African grey parrot. It was a wildlife market, a place where animals were sold for pets, for rituals, but I didn't know that was what it was. To me, seeing all the animals, it was heaven. Many years later, and I went back to that same place, I could see that this is a problem. The conditions were terrible. This is not how animals should be kept. 2012, we decided to start off a sanctuary so that any animal which we are able to get alive will be able to give another chance. We were lucky enough to receive about 70 African grey parrots that were seized by the government for us to rehabilitate before being released back into the wild. But the problem here still persists. No matter how much more we put back, they are still being taken out of the same forest again. Their tails are being plucked off to use for traditional purposes. Then also people wanting to have them as pets because of the ability to mimic what people say. These are the things that are fueling this trade. And if we keep that up, there will definitely be nothing left anymore in the wild. The rescues we do vary for every kind of species. We know, especially here in Lagos, there are some hot spots where people, when they get these sitters, they take them to. If I see that the turtle is bleeding, maybe it has some cuts and bruises, we take it away and we have that treated up. We've kept one for about a few months to learn about it, to understand what it feeds on. This looks like a water sachet and other plastic fibers, all found in the feces. Problem. This turtle was excreting plastic over and over again. Plastic is filling the oceans. This is a turtle. That means even all the fishes you get will have plastic in their system. And does not come back to hunt every one of us. If we didn't want to consume these animals, the markets would have died off a long time ago. But the trade goes on. It's entrenched in the Nigerian culture. They say our fathers used to do the same thing. But back then is different from now. We have to be sustainable in our consumption. We have to think about the future. Okay, so today we're going to do a few things. Engage some animals, feed them. So if they come out and they come to you, no panicking, right? Nigeria needs more conservation heroes. We cannot have enough. We do bring the children from different schools to the sanctuary where they get to learn about the animals. So it's called a flat neck chameleon, okay? Because of this thing on its neck. So I'm going to let it go onto your hand. If you educate the young people, they're growing up without the mentality of, I must eat that animal. The first question they will ask, is that not an endangered species? We use every means possible to see how these children can learn. We've used them working with the animals. We've used sports. We've used art, even fashion. We take the children out to the beach to get out all the plastic. We now begin to work with it, attach them to fabrics. Then we created this trash show where we take them to shopping malls and places where we know we can raise that much awareness. Get somebody to love something. That person will protect that thing with his life. Just get them to love it. Releasing an animal to the wild, I think it really gives us that sense of accomplishment. For the turtles especially, we have to be very certain by taking it out offshore where I know there are no other boats that would catch it and bring it back. It's not all bad. We've seen a glimmer of lights. We can actually achieve something if we continue to push forward. This needs everybody who wants to be a part of it, everybody who should be a part of it, everybody who is a part of it, to join hands together to ensure that we achieve this for wildlife.